Today I'm going to be making something really yummy, and this is my easy chocolate pudding. And here are the ingredients that we need. 2 1/4 cups of regular milk, 1/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/2 cup of regular white sugar, that's granulated sugar, 2 eggs, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So those are the ingredients, so let's get started. Alright, so for our first step, I'm starting off with a cold pot, and I'm going to pour in my milk, which is cold, right into there, and that's very important that your milk is cold, okay? I'm going to grab a little sieve. This is optional, but because we're using cocoa powder, I'm going to use the sieve. So we'll get our ingredients into here, everything that's dry, just like that, and our sugar. Just get everything right in there. Alright, there we go. And then I'm going to turn my element on, and I want to start bringing this up to a very small, slow simmer. Okay, then I'm going to take my whisk, and I'm just going to slowly start whisking this together. So we just want to bring this up to a simmer, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add this to our eggs, which I have cracked already, and I have them ready in another bowl. So you just want to get this really whisked up nicely until it's well incorporated. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep going at this, and once it's up to temperature, I'm going to come back live. Okay, so this is about maybe 3 minutes later, and the whole time I've just been slowly whisking this because I don't want any clumping, I don't want any burning going on with the sugars and all of the cornstarch, and I want to make sure that this is going to be a really nice smooth mixture. If you just leave it and walk away, you could burn your whole mixture, so you don't want to do that. Now, as soon as you start feeling this thickening up a little bit, then you know that it's time, and then you can remove it from your heat. Now, I don't have a very high heat going on here. I wanted to mention that as well. You don't want to have your little element, on the stove going on full blast. And after a while, all of a sudden, I'm going to feel this whole mixture start to thicken, and that is because of the magic of the cornstarch. So I'm going to continue on. I can actually start feeling it right now. It's just starting now to get thick. So that's kind of giving me, the mixture's talking to me and says, turn me down a little bit because I am getting thick and I don't need that much heat anymore. Okay, I can actually feel it now. Look, can you see that? I'm going to lift it off the element, and it's getting thick right there. And that now is perfect. You can actually see that in the last 30 seconds when I was talking, how that's just thickened right up. So I've taken it right off the heat, just like that. That's good. I'll move this over. Okay, so I've got my 2 eggs in here. I cracked my 2 eggs into the bowl. Just going to give this another little stir. And what I want to do now is I want to temper my eggs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start whisking these eggs up. And you can use a hand mixer if you wish. I just want to mix these, just like that. And while I'm whisking, I'm going to pour some of this mixture back in to the eggs, okay? So what I'm doing right now is I'm tempering the eggs. I don't want to turn them into scrambled eggs, but I am tempering them. I'm gently heating them. And you want to constantly be whisking. And if you haven't done this sort of thing before, then you might want to use an electric mixer because you're going to be adding in more air and you have more chance of success doing this. Okay, so I've put in about half of my mixture at this point. Okay, so that's good enough right there, just like that. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I take that mixture there, get it back on there, and I'm going to pour everything now back into my pot. Get it all in there. And I'm going to get that stirring again. So at this point now, I've been stirring about 5 minutes, and my eggs at this point are completely cooked. This mixture is very thick right now, and I could actually take this off right now. It all depends on how hot your element is. If your element is a little bit on the cooler side, you know, if you don't have it up as high, you'll have to do that 10 minutes. But right now, I can feel that this is nice. There's a lot of heat coming from this, and at this point, this is ready to go. So there we go. So now, and it smells so good. So right now, I'm just gonna turn my element right off. You can see the heat. As soon as I stop, you can see all the bubbles? That tells you there's a lot of heat in here. Watch. See the bubbles? So you wanna keep stirring there. Then I've got our vanilla, and I'm just gonna get that right in, because I do want to have that nice flavoring still in the pudding. If you put the vanilla in too early, you know, it kind of combines too much and you do lose some of the, you know, the actual flavor of that vanilla. I want it to be more fresh. So there we go. Okay, so that's good. Perfect. I'll remove that. I've got a bowl here now. And what I'm going to do is, I've got another sieve here. So now what we're going to do, just pour this right in there. And this is optional. If you've been stirring the whole time and you were really, really good at stirring, you should not have any lumps, clumps, or anything whatsoever. There we go. But it's, you know, it's a nice little habit to get into to, you know, sift your stuff. Okay, and then I'm just going to push that right through. So just take the back of your spatula and just give it a little push. Just like that. And you also want to clean off the bottom. And then what we want to do is grab some plastic wrap and don't place it on top of your bowl like this. That's a no-no. What you want to do is bring it inside and actually touch the top, the surface of your chocolate pudding. Just like that. And what that does is it stops any air from getting into the pudding on top and creating a film. If you take your plastic and just put it on the top of your bowl, you will get a skin forming on the top of your pudding, and that's something that you don't want. So this is extremely hot right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this into my fridge until it's completely chilled, and then I'll just put it into a little serving dish and show you the final product. Okay, so this is a couple of hours later. This is really, really chilled down, and I just want to show you. We'll just pull the plastic wrap right off, and no film, which is really, really nice. Okay, you can see how nice this is, and it's really, really set up well. You can see how nice and thick that is. So I've got myself a little container here, and we'll just get some of this in here. And if you want to be fancy, what you could do is take this and put it into a piping bag and pipe it in here. And it'll make it look much nicer. And you can see that this is very, very thick. As this warms up a little bit, of course it's going to get a little bit, you know, more soft. But really, really nice. Alright, I've just put some in a piping bag, and I am using a tip. This is the number 847. You don't have to do this, but you know, if you just want to make it a little bit fancy, you just could do that. And there we go. So there we have it. My easy chocolate pudding. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. And please subscribe to my Bake Like a Pro YouTube channel, and also click that notification bell to be alerted every time I upload a brand new video. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. On the screen now, you can choose a video to watch, or you can also click and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you once again for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it.